Okay, hello guys, and welcome to a Inkscape tutorial. I will be showing you how to make a thumbnail, a clean materialistic thumbnail. And it's my way of doing it. It's not that difficult. It's very simple. And it's my way of doing thumbnails. And it might not be as clickbaity as other thumbnails are, but I like clean thumbnails. So, first of all, I have this palette table here, or palette chart, whatever you want to call it. I'll try to find a link to it. All I did was search in Google, like a pastel color code, and in the images, this was the one thing that popped up. So I'll try to find a link in the description. If it's not there, I'll try to find it. If I can, I'm sorry, but I'll try my best to find it. Anyways, let's get started. So first of all, I like to do borders. I like to do borders to really emphasize the thumbnail. You don't need to do borders, but I really like to do them. So after you make a border, which you can do that by simply going here and clicking on square and making a square. And what you can do is go to stroke paint and do any of these. Any of these will do. This is gradient. You're mostly gonna use flat color. And stroke paint, you color the stroke white or red, whatever you want to color it. You do that. And stroke style is where you want to change how thick the stroke is. So 10 is about this much. I mean, you can go insane. You can go to 90 and just, yeah, like that. But that's how you make a border. And you might be wondering, well, then how do I delete the inside? Well, you go to fill. And there's X right here, right? X. There we go. Now you have a border. And that's how you make a border. And you just fill it in with this. That's how I do it. And you want to go to File, Import. Let's try to use this one. I really like your name, so... And you see how it clips to the rectangle? The reason is I have snapping enabled. Now, in certain situations, you might want to turn this off because it kind of gets annoying when you're doing like precise things, like like this. You want to turn this off and go like that. But if snapping's enabled, it kind of annoys you sometimes. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Anyways, so we have this, right? We have this amazing, beautiful wallpaper of your name. You want to go up here. And this is the layering thing. You can go top, you can go bottom, you can go a little bit top, or a little bit bottom, or all the way top. So we're going to put it all the way to the bottom. And as you can see, it went to the bottom. And this background here, you can make it, I usually don't make it transparent. It looks, but you can do what you want. I'm just telling you how I do it. So let's shorten it, and I'm gonna turn it. You can press on the object once to stretch it and twice to turn it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it, and then I am going to stretch it. Okay, there we go. And there. I think a little bit slanted is very good. So after that, does purple fit the color scheme? I don't know. By the way, you can use this to pick the color. That's why I have the color chart here, so I can just immediately pick a color. It's very simple. So I always have this next to me whenever I make something because I really like the color scheme. Anyways, I have this, and let's let's say something. Beautiful. And the reason I don't like type everything in one go is because you'll see later why I don't do that. So you type what you want to type, right? Good. Now what you want to do is you want to go and go to the text thingamajiggy, highlight it, and go to your fonts. Now I downloaded a lot of fonts, a lot of free fonts that I thought were cool. I don't know what I should use. What should I use? Yeah, that looks nice. Right? It's a bit, the letters are a bit tight, I think. So up here you can see all these mind-boggling settings. But what we're gonna do, I'll try to explain all of these. This is if you have, let's say you have two letters, two lines of letters. What this thing does is it slowly opens, like largens the gap, the up and down gap. So it's useful. Yeah, it's useful, but not in our situation right now. It might be in yours if you're making a thumbnail. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one, and what this one is it, let's do 20. Yeah, it does this. The gap between the letters are a bit spreaded if you use this. So if I think the letters are a little bit tight, I usually use this to separate it to make the thumbnail more easier to see. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate the letters like this on the line. And what I'm gonna do now is a bit tricky. I'm gonna do my best to explain it, but I really like how I do this. So first of all, click the background, press Ctrl D. It's gonna duplicate the background. And don't panic, it's alright. Now click on the second one from here once, and you're gonna see the text pop up again, right? Now click on the text, only the text. Go to path and press the first thing, object to path. Now it might seem like it did nothing, but let's find that out. Now click on the text, double click it. Did you do it? Double click it. Okay. Now single click. And if the single letter is the only, if that's the only thing that pops up just like this, then you're doing great. What that did was it separated all the letters, so you can do whatever you want with them. You can make small. You can do that. You can change it. You can do MLG. 300 no scope. You can do whatever the hell you want. But we're not gonna do that right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out, first of all, we are gonna figure out where the letters end and begin based on the separation that we made. So for me, it's B-E-A-U until oh my god, what is it? B-E-A-U are the ones that are in the color, in the pastel background. So we figured that out, right? So what we're going to do is highlight B, and we're going to click shift. And when you click shift and when you click shift and you click on another object, it continuously selects it like this. Again, click click B, shift click and click other objects like this, and it'll continuously select them. After that, you want to left click, go to group, and it groups the ones that you selected. And if these are the only ones that are if these are the only ones that are selected after you group them, then you're doing great. You're doing great. If they're moving like this, fantastic. You're great. You're doing great. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna select this and shift click, like I just said, and select the background. After that, you're gonna go to Object, Clip, and Set. And what that did is the letters you selected, the easiest way I can explain it is clipping basically means it absorbs the thing that was under there. So for example, if I do this and shift click this, okay. So again, select this, shift click the background, object, clip, and set. And it does this. Are we all clear? And now what you want to do is shift click all of this. And what I do is I do the same color as the palette that I just chose, like this, yeah. And I think it's really nice. I think it's really nice. So, if you know how to do this, then you can actually keep doing it like this. And the reason why I said I don't like type everything in one setting in one go is because of this. Now, I'm gonna go back to before I separated it. Now here you can see we have implemented the font and we have typed the letters and we have done this. We have separated the spacing between the letters all well. Now what we can do is we can duplicate it and we have the same exact thing, and whenever I type, it's gonna be separated as the same way. All the settings will be intact, so I don't have to do the whole thing again and again and again. And the benefit of this is, let's just say beautiful movie. Why I don't type it in one setting is because if I did this, the same settings, if I press enter, it would go back here, right? And basically what I'm trying to say is I can't move the words independently. And I think this gives a bit more of a freedom if you separate the letters like this. So, okay, so I did some tweaking and I basically didn't do much. All I did was add some stripes. So what I did was I just made a long rectangle and like duplicated it, like 4 of these, and I thinned some out like this, and I shift clicked and clicked all of them and grouped them, and I did the same thing as I did with the letters. That's basically what I did. And if you're wondering like, oh my god, this is so dirty, how do I export this? Well, what you do is you go to export PNG and go to page. Well, what this will do is this will only export the page, not the whole thing. And if you go ahead, and export it, and if I exported it to a desktop, and I export it, you'll find that it will be it will be there. So let me just go ahead and pop it up. Just give me a second. Give me a little bit of second. I'll pop it up for you. Okay, there we go. So that's what it turns out to be. And I really like the way it turns out. It might not be as like high tech and high Photoshop skills, but I like the way I did it, and I really like the way that it turns out. So if you liked it, please give a like, and if you really liked it, I really hope you guys subscribe to my channel. I'll try to keep learning. I'm still learning like you guys, and I'll keep learning, and I'll keep uploading videos about Inkscape tutorials and other tutorials. And I really like to share them. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.